Is that good?
Yeah.
Can you hear me?
All right, anybody have any questions?
I have a quick one. I don't know if you've been listening to some of the other questions, but I guess the key word of we've heard today is, togetherness and family. I just wanted to know, could you put it in your words how you feel that togetherness and just family in the program?
Yeah, I mean, together and togetherness is kind of our word for the season. With everything being so separate with COVID, we are trying to find new and innovative ways to be able to stay together. Being obviously like very COVID friendly, because that is a factor in our season this year, but we still know that we have to stay together as a family. LSU has always been like a family. I think that's one of the great key selling points of this program, because everybody is so close. And so that is very important to us this year and every year, but especially when we are separated.
Taryn, going back to last year, you had a lot of success there throughout the season. How are you maybe looking to carry that momentum into the new season as you're just a few weeks away from competition?
Last year was last year. I think we're all just trying to build off of what we had last year, but we also know that this year is going to be completely different. I mean, we have no idea what the season is going to bring. Obviously, every single day we are going out there and we are working as hard as possible, because we have such high goals and expectations for ourselves that we have to be working every single day to get at least 1% better so that we can achieve those high goals. So I would say, I think we're mainly just focusing on, one day at a time. How can you get better today? Not focusing on those overarching goals. So you just have to take it one day at a time.
Can you talk about some of the leadership within the program, Russell, Katie, even Drew, just sort of the vision that they provide for this team, and how that sort of helps you guys day to day out there in practice?
Yeah, I think all of our coaches definitely have their different style that they bring to us, which is very helpful. I think it's very well-rounded. I mean, we need every single one of them. We need every single one of our players. I think when we realize what the specific area they can help us the most in, then utilizing that area and then coming together, how it can be full circle and everybody's working together. We have all 3 coaches. We have all 28, 29 girls. I think that's the way it's going to work for us this year. And I think that's really cool. We definitely have a lot of communication to have everybody be on the same page. But I mean, when you're a family, it's just how it's going to go.
You talked about sort of everybody hands on deck, and Kristen touched on it too, just the aspect of beach volleyball at the college level where you can have success on one court, but if the other 4 courts don't succeed, you won't succeed as a team. So can you talk about the uniqueness of the sport and maybe what you like about that?
Yeah, I think it's actually really cool. Indoor, I mean, if you lose, your entire team loses. Out here, like you said, if your pair wins and the rest of the team loses, it is still a loss. Like, that is how we need to approach this. And we need everybody, all hands on deck, like you said. In order to win, we have to have everybody on board. I think that's the really cool part, is if you say you don't play great for a game, you have your teammates to rely on. You know that they're going to have your back. You know that they're going to push themselves. You know that sometimes if you need to be carried a little bit more, like, they are going to be there for you. They are going to get the job done. And at the end of the day, if the team wins, everybody's excited.
Anybody have any more questions?
Yeah, I just have one more quick question. As a student athlete in the world of COVID, I'm just a student reporter, so my view of COVID is different from you. You have the thought, if I get COVID, I've worked so hard, I've had to wait so long for my season and contact tracing, I can't perform, and then we might not be able to play. There's like actual consequences. How does that deal with you on your mental?
Well, like we said, it has been kind of a weird situation with COVID. luckily we are outside. Luckily we can be together. I mean, it's different this year for everybody, but it's definitely, you have to take different precautions. I mean, you are not going anywhere that you like could potentially be getting it, especially in season. I mean, it is only what, 3 months long. So if you do miss 2 weeks and then you have to get back in the swing of things, like that's looking at a month. So, I mean, like you said, like it's hard as like student reporting and everyday life. But then when you put the pressure of, if you do get this, you have to be out for X amount of time, that's a lot of the season. I mean, everybody is having to be very, very careful. And that's just the reality of this. And our trainer always talks about, you have to be really, really dedicated. Like this is almost as important as recovery and sleep and treatment. I mean, you have to make sure that your bubble is pretty small and make sure that you're not exposing yourself to things that you shouldn't be.
All right. Thank you, Taryn. We're going to have Tony Rodriguez up next, and she'll be the last one, guys.
Thank you.
Thanks, Taryn.